Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere.
Are there any grave issues that would keep Team USA from winning a gold medal?
Should they be minus 430 against the field or whatever the price is right now? Maybe. But am I looking at, hey, Europe as a continent to win the Olympics at plus 500 as an interesting bet? Yeah, because one, they have 5 teams in the Olympics out of the 12.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
I would imagine if you think the salaries are big now, what kind of salaries are we looking at on an 11-year, $76 billion media rights deal?
This deal puts so much more money in the owners and the players' hands. Folks, this is about national media rights. So you're going to have more national appearances than ever.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
The Pirates also are another team, Matt, that they're not going to sit back at the deadline. But there's only 3 spots for those 6 teams, and we didn't even do the Cubs or the Reds. And I think those teams right now kind of feel like they're hanging around too.
I think you mentioned the Padres. They're a team that I would think can get it together and do enough to get in. But, I mean, yeah, there's no way of knowing those final 2 spots. It's going to just be kind of a mad rush down the stretch.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
You mean to tell me Kevin Durant could just get a free trip and Jaylen Brown telling y'all I can play? Y'all won't put what they got to get. They will not put Jaylen Brown on the team. They'll give them who get hurt.
He's an NBA professional, billionaire, superstar player. I feel like this is just an opinion. The Olympics should be about Olympians, not about pros that come to represent as Olympians.
Only on SportsGrid.
Great friends, what's going on? You know what today is. Oh, yeah. Grande, you can go ahead and put him on the screen because you know he just gets disgusted when I do this. But here goes. It's Friday. Oh, it's Friday. What's up with that, Brown?
Every time.
Yeah, it's Friday. It's Friday. I'm excited. It's been a long-ass week. A really long week. And it's Friday. And I always say to everybody on Monday, take a big old deep breath in. And on Friday, when you're done, little exhale. We're not done yet. But it's going to be a great day because today is the opening ceremonies of the Olympics. We're going to get to that story coming up. I've got the adventures in NFL training camps. I'm getting to that coming up in just a matter of moments. And also what happened as we were signing off the air yesterday, which for those of you that are watching live on SportsGrid or you're listening live right now on Sirius on channel 159, when the show ends, we do an uncensored portion of the podcast, and that happens on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Kaplan and Crew. That's where things get a little out of control. And yesterday, we stayed on the air in the post show until we saw the results of Dylan Cease of the Padres going for a no-hitter against the Washington Nationals. So we're going to get to all of that as we get kicked off on a Friday. It's Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man, and we come to you from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. We got a great show coming up today. Don McGuire, who is the chief marketing officer at Qualcomm, which is based here in San Diego, they've got a really big thing happening with Manchester United, which is going to play a game next Wednesday, or I guess it's this Wednesday here in San Diego at Snapdragon Stadium.
They play tomorrow at SoFi.
Oh,
Manchester
really?
United. Yep.
I did not know that.
They play Arsenal tomorrow at SoFi.
What time?
Sold out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll get you that time.
I don't need it now if you tell me it's sold out. The reason I ask is because I'll be in LA later today. Because
nothing is sold out.
This is my 3rd trip to LA this week. My 3rd freaking trip. And by the way, today I'm taking the train. I can't drive another day. Today I'm taking the train. So, all right. So Don McGuire, the chief marketing officer of Qualcomm, will be here. Why has Qualcomm gone into F1? Why have they gone into Premier League soccer? Why have they gone all in on sports as a tech company, as a chip manufacturer? Every person listening and every person watching right now, every phone that you have has a Qualcomm chip in it. Why have they gone all in on sports when they don't really sell a consumer product? We'll talk to their chief marketing officer, Don McGuire, coming up. Browner, it's Friday. You're looking dope AF in that Kaplan and Crew hoodie. What's cooking, baby?
Just out here, no hidden people. Watching all the stuff. Watching my man do his thing with the stuff. Just enjoying my Friday in a totally different way than you. That's all. Just basking in the glow of, no hidden. You feel me? Because I told y'all about Cease when he first got here. Even when he struggled, I said, hold on. Just give him some time. Give him some time, baby. Let him stretch that thing out. None of them hits. Gave up no hits. You're not hitting this. Nationals. So much for that rivalry.
Yeah, that's not a rivalry. I don't know how much of the extra stuff you guys intook yesterday, but there's a video after the 7th inning where the broadcast focuses on the conversation between Dylan Cease and Mike Schilt.
Mm-hmm.
And Don and Mud are convinced, okay, he's got a no-hitter, but he's at 94 pitches. He's not coming back out. And there's a conversation being had, and then Ruben Niebla comes in, and it looks like Cease is done, right? And he looks like he's pretty disappointed. But standing at the tunnel to go down to the locker room is Joe Musgrove.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear Joe Musgrove kind of chirping in a little bit. Looks good, like shaking his head, like almost standing guard. Like, you're not sending Dylan Cease down this tunnel right now. Like, Dylan Cease is going to go back out there. And he went back out there and got the second no-hitter. The no-no bros, Joe and Dylan. It was awesome. I've seen so much.
Went back out there and made history. I think because Joe Musgrove did it once the first time, it doesn't have the same pow to it. But nonetheless, to be the second player in team history to have thrown a no-hitter, that's a massive thing.
Well,
that's
listen,
a massive
I got to tell everybody.
I don't know if Scott was sitting down. Were you sitting down when I said this?
What's that?
Dylan Cease had when he was a White Sox, he had a no-hitter, 8 in the 9th inning, 2 outs. And you know who broke it up? Luis Ariz.
Oh, my God, really?
So yesterday, Johnson catches the ball, and we don't see it, but at some point, Ariz gets the ball from Johnson, and when they're all celebrating, the last guy to go up to Dylan Cease is Luis Ariz with the ball, hands him the ball, and congratulates him.
If anybody, listen, you guys got to understand something. Everybody listening on Sirius, channel 159 on SportsGrid Radio, everybody who's watching on SportsGrid, you guys got to understand where we're coming from. You see, as Padre fans, this team hadn't had a no-hitter in its team's existence. In the history of the team, 50 years, whatever it was, nobody'd pitched a no-hitter. You got to understand that it took like 50 years for anybody to hit for the cycle. So when these small milestone things happen to an organization like this, we celebrate it like you just won Game 7 of the World Series with a walk-off grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. The thing is this, Joe Musgrove was the hometown kid. He had the first no-hitter. It was celebrated like incredibly. But Dylan Cease, there was so much more to his no-hitter yesterday because not only was it against the Nationals, but the guy who he was facing in the last at bat was part of all of the trading that happened for Juan Soto. So you're facing a former Padre player, and we're all sitting on the edge of our seats like he's going to be the guy that breaks it up because there's this history of former Padre players killing the Padres. Alex, why don't you show everybody, and we'll play the audio of everybody who is listening. So here's what happens. We get off the air at 2 p.m. Is it 2 o'clock? 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock Eastern time. We get off the air at 3 o'clock Eastern time, noon Pacific time. We go into the uncensored portion of our show, which is only on YouTube. We decided we're all going to stick around for as long as it lasts until he either has it broken up or until he completes the job. Here's what happened in the uncensored portion of yesterday's show when Dylan Cease was going for this no-hitter. Go ahead, Alex, play it.
Yeah, I would love to.
But
computers sometimes come work with you and sometimes they don't.
Okay, freezing computers, no problem. Not a problem at all.
Sorry about that.
So we're not getting it.
Not our reaction.
Okay. Okay. So then the Padres.
Here we go.
Okay, here we go.
Hey, man. We're at the mercy of technology.
Can't believe I'm still here. I love that everybody else is still here.
Yeah, they're going
Get
strong.
it. Oh!
You're ahead
No
of me.
hit.
You're ahead of me.
No, huh?
Wait,
God, you're ahead of me.
Cease.
So got your head.
Here it is.
Wow.
C.J. Abrams, deep right field. Ball is caught. No. No hitter.
Wow.
So
then there's touching.
you guys were 15 seconds ahead of me. So that was really super cool. But then maybe the best video of it all is when the Padres are on the team bus. Now they're heading from Washington, D.C. to Baltimore. And Dylan Cease is getting to see what it looks like on the team bus. Alex, are you able to show us that?
Yes, this I can.
Now
That's
that's
so
cool. That's cool.
That's very
Listen,
cool.
I don't care. I don't care if that was a Dodger. I don't care if that was a Yankee, Met, Philly, Brave, Marlin. I don't care, man. That is so cool to be on the team bus with everybody and watch the pitcher who threw the no-hitter see it with his teammates. That is awesome. Love it. So yesterday was cool. And again,
So the first no-hitter took 52 years.
Yeah.
The second no-hitter took 3.2 years.
How about that? How about that? And listen, you talk about an opportunity to like flip your season. You lose 6 out of 7 games going into the All-Star break, and now coming out of the All-Star break unofficially, I think I've got the Padres having won 5 of 6. And so while the Dodgers have been on fire, winning 6 of 7, the Padres have won 5 of 6, and they're live. Whether we're talking about division or we're talking about just getting in through a wild card, they are live. So are we. We are ready to roll. It's Friday. We're in the 7 Mile Casino.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're gonna go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's gonna help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Media have already said that they are going to be horrible. The books have them, as we'll see in a moment, at a win total of 5.5. Sean Payton, though, Scotty, he does not listen to preseason prognosticators.
That's your future, and it's on you. Like, they selected him. They wanted him. That's what they got. And now he has to build that from scratch.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
The Yankees are desperate. I mean, they can fire hitting coaches and everything else, but it's not working. So I don't know if Cashman really would do that. They seem to be so, tight-knit, but something's got to happen.
A big award or a big prize in the trade deadline sweepstakes would be Vladimir Guerrero Jr., right? Vladdy, put him in the middle of a lineup.
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
All right, adventures in training camp. I was at Rams training camp yesterday. We'll get there in just a matter of moments. But just to finish off the thoughts here about Dylan Cease, Alex, you can put up the stats for everybody. Obviously, 9 full innings, 0 hits, 114 pitches. That's where everybody starts to question, do you keep a guy out there? But when you're pitching like that and you're in total control, you let a guy go for it. 3 walks, 9 strikeouts, amazing performance yesterday by Dylan Cease. And so congratulations to him on a day where, people were talking about Clayton Kershaw's return to the Dodgers, which was okay. I mean, the Dodgers won the game. Clayton Kershaw pitched 4 innings, had 4 strikeouts. Maybe he had 6 strikeouts. and gave up 2 runs. I mean, nothing spectacular. All he did was get back out there and get his feet wet again. But it was fine, and the Dodgers won the game. But the Padres took the story yesterday in Southern California, and Dylan Cease, what a great performance. So congratulations. Hey, this segment of Kaplan and Crew is being brought to us by our friends at Blenders Eyewear, blenderseyewear.com. Browner, I went to Rams training camp yesterday on the campus of Loyola Marymount University. I said to you guys yesterday, I don't know anything about Loyola Marymount. Has anybody ever been there? Either of you guys ever been there?
No, I have not.
I'm going to tell you guys right now, for a small school, and I say small, they play West Coast Conference basketball, and they play all the other sports other than football. I mean, as far as I know. And they compete against the likes of St. Mary's and University of San Diego and Gonzaga and so on. And Gonzaga's got big-time basketball, but that's kind of it. Dude, Loyola Marymount is a beautiful, beautiful campus, incredible facilities, and I was blown away. But I showed up, Brown. I was wearing these Coach Primes yesterday, boy. I'll tell you what. And
there you go.
The first dude that saw me went, "Oh, nice glasses." And then when I hit the airwaves, I was on radio in LA yesterday, and our friend Kirk Morrison, the former San Diego State great linebacker, was working with me yesterday. He looked at these glasses and he went, "Cap, these things are awesome." And then he looked a little closer because he could see up in the corner right here in the left corner, it said Prime. And he said, "Are those the Coach Prime blenders?" And I said, "You're damn right. These are the Coach Prime blenders." And then I took the opportunity on LA radio to say, use my promo code Kaplan, Kaplan, save 20% on your blenders. Because when Chase Fisher works with us, not only does he get Kaplan and Crew on SportsGrid and 1090 and Cox Your View and Apple and Spotify and YouTube and everywhere else, man, he gets a little love on LA radio too.
New Red Bulls today dropped. New drop today. The Oracle Red Bull Racing 4s. Here you go.
Oh, those are bomb.
They're the same design as the Primes, just different color scheme, different patterns. So there you go.
Those are awesome. I'm going to go to Blenders this weekend. My parents are like, "Did you know that there's a Blenders in Delray Beach?" And I was like, "No, Ma, I didn't know." And my father's like, "Can you ask your friend Chase if maybe when he comes to visit the Blender store in Delray Beach that we could connect?" I'm like, What are you going to do, Dad? Take him to a show at Boca Del Vista Phase 4?
Pickleball.
Maybe.
Pickleball.
So yesterday, guys, I go to Rams training camp on the campus of Loyola Marymount University. Spectacular, beautiful, fantastic what these guys have done there. It was a great practice.
Hold on, though. You said their facilities are incredible. So a team that doesn't have football is hosting an NFL team.
So what they did was the Rams converted the soccer stadium into their football facility. Now there's only one field, but it's big and it's natural grass and it's real nice. And on one side, they have like all these luxury suites for sponsors and partners and so on. And on the other side is the stands, and it looks like a high school football game on a Friday night. It was jam-packed. On the backside is the baseball stadium, and they were using the outfield of the baseball stadium for, drills and whatever else. So, they're making, here it is. I mean, you're looking at their little soccer stadium. Everybody who's listening on radio, for those of us that are watching on video, there's this little soccer stadium, basketball facility in the back, the luxury suites across the way, food and beverage for all their sponsors and partners. And here was my radio setup yesterday afternoon. You notice they don't even have goalposts on the field. They gotta wheel in the goalposts when they do field goal, So
no kicks allowed.
But it was interesting because we were talking to their management. We were trying to get an understanding of why they moved there. When they were at UC Irvine, they would have to bus everybody to a hotel and back. And that took a lot of time. And apparently in the collective bargaining agreement, you're only allowed to have the players for 11 hours a day. So they were screwing themselves up with an hour of travel back and forth from the team hotel to the practices. Now everybody's staying on campus. They were able to get back that hour by keeping everybody close by. So that was pretty cool.
I mean, 2 hours technically, if you count back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know how the distance of the buses into the hotel and everything else, but I'll tell you guys, I have some video. Let me tell you something. Rams fans are crazy about Puka Nacua. This guy hit the scene in year one, and this is right after practice. He's 10 feet from the radio setup, and this guy is trying to sign every autograph that he can sign, and the fans are going, Puka, Puka, Puka. They love this guy. And that's why I was saying last year, I felt like the Rams did a better job last year of getting more integrated into the community, because they finally had like a homegrown first-year face guy, that everybody fell in love with. So Kaplan and Crew was out there signing autographs. It was a very good, crisp practice.
So what did we learn about Matthew Stafford's contract? Is he now the top paid quarterback in the NFL?
They're not really talking about it, which is amazing. They keep things super quiet. The Rams operate differently, like
professionally, you mean?
They for example, they don't even send a team of like Sean McVay never goes to the combine in Indianapolis. Neither does their general manager, Les Snead. They just
they normally don't have picks.
That is true, but they just operate differently. So I think
Matthew Stafford's agent operates differently because a lot of these agents nowadays want the attention, which is why you'll see Ian Rappaport or Schefter or Shams be like, this contract was negotiated by agent Tom Smith. And it's like, who cares? Like, I don't know who Matt Stafford's agent is.
Regardless
Nor do I care
how it gets ironed out. They usually don't have negative things leak out about their organization. And to me, that's a very healthy sign that everybody's on the same page.
Stetson Bennett being the number one, we know nothing.
Correct.
Right.
And that dude disappeared yesterday. This is a national champion.
Two-time.
Two-time. And we know nothing. We know nothing.
Right.
And so to me, that's a great sign that organization is buttoned up. And if they didn't want things to get out, they don't get out. And so if they don't want this contract talked about, whether because they gave Stafford so much money or he cut them a deal and they just don't want people to know, it works.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw anything on social media, but I have a couple of training camp traditions when I go for the first time. The first thing I do is I suck up to the PR person. So I always bring the PR person on the show immediately. And that was Artis Twyman yesterday. So I brought him on. And then secondly, I always pick a
You mean to tell me Kevin Durant could just get a free trip and Jaylen Brown telling y'all I can play? Y'all won't put what they got to get. They will not put Jaylen Brown on the team. They'll give them who get hurt.
He's an NBA professional, billionaire, superstar player. I feel like this is just an opinion. The Olympics should be about Olympians, not about pros that come to represent as Olympians.
Only on SportsGrid.
I would imagine if you think the salaries are big now, what kind of salaries are we looking at on an 11-year, $76 billion media rights deal?
This deal puts so much more money in the owners and the players' hands. Folks, this is about national media rights. So you're going to have more national appearances than ever.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
The Pirates also are another team, Matt, that they're not going to sit back at the deadline. But there's only 3 spots for those 6 teams, and we didn't even do the Cubs or the Reds. And I think those teams right now kind of feel like they're hanging around too.
I think you mentioned the Padres. They're a team that I would think can get it together and do enough to get in. But, I mean, yeah, there's no way of knowing those final 2 spots. It's going to just be kind of a mad rush down the stretch.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Are there any grave issues that would keep Team USA from winning a gold medal?
Should they be minus 430 against the field or whatever the price is right now? Maybe. But am I looking at, hey, Europe as a continent to win the Olympics at plus 500 as an interesting bet? Yeah, because one, they have 5 teams in the Olympics out of the 12.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, great friends. So I mentioned to you that I bring a gift every year for a player at a training camp, and this year's recipient was Cooper Kupp. Now, by the way, guys, I watched episode 3 of Receiver last night, nice. and I did ask Cooper Kupp when he was on with me yesterday, hey, would you ever be on that show? Would you ever do that? And he was like, nah. He told me, he goes, it would be a really, really hard sell. Because I don't know how they do it, but I don't want cameras around me all the time. I don't want cameras at my house. I just don't want the invasion and the intrusion. But I was thinking to myself, because like when I'm watching Devontae Adams, who I saw blow up on the sideline, this is episode 3. I'm like, you know who I would love to see? I'd love to see Cooper Kupp. And one of the things I brought up to Cooper Kupp was something you brought up, Alex, which is we get to see every one of these dudes gets blown up and hurt all the time. Yep. And Cooper Kupp, since his MVP season, he'd been hurt nonstop since then. Mm-hmm. So it was a really good conversation. But then I hit him up.
Cameras at the facility is one thing. Cameras at home, like at my kid's birthday party, I mean, that's just not my style either.
You gotta be cut for that. Cooper Kupp does not appear to be cut for that. And I say this all the time. Vincey Glenn, and this is why I've been out on Cooper Kupp. Vincey Glenn told me, every catch you catch, you've been hit. And every catch you didn't catch, every ball you drop, you still got hit. So if you think of every catch he had, now double that with hits. That takes a toll on your body. So he's not going to be the same. Vincey told me that, and I've been watching him the same ever since. Vincey was right, man. Shout out to Vincey Glenn.
Yeah, but doesn't that mean the same thing, though, for Devontae Adams? Doesn't it mean the same thing, even though younger Justin Jefferson? I mean, to me, it means the same thing for all these guys. I mean, that position, wide receiver, we always think about all these other positions where guys get hurt and they can't really last, like running back. You know, after 30, running backs are toast. I'm telling you, man, receivers, I don't know if anybody takes more hits, and that includes offensive and defensive linemen, than receivers do.
And he set a record in
running backs.
He set a record in catching the ball. That's why the impact on his body has been greater than the other guys that you named, because he had so many catches in such a short span of time.
Yeah. Well, I was with Cooper Kupp. It sounds like a humble brag. Sounds like a name drop. I guess it's both. And I was at Rams training camp yesterday, and I broke out for him. See, last year I signed an autograph for Aaron Donald. I said, hey, young fella, would you like an autograph from me? You know, would that be something that you would like to have? What?
Aaron Donald asked you if you wanted an autograph from him?
No. I asked Aaron Donald if he wanted an autograph from me. Yes.
I heard that correctly.
I asked Aaron
the
Donald,
best defensive player of all time.
Right.
You asked your autograph.
I said, hey, young fella. Autograph. Right. I said, hey, young fella. You know, you're a Pitt legend. I preceded you at the University of Pittsburgh by 25 years or whatever it was. You know, I don't know if I would go by legend, but I mean, you know, maybe like, I was would you like an autograph from me, young fella? And I had a picture of me and Aaron Donald after a game where I was working for CBS and I was interviewing him after a game. So I took the 8x10 glossy and I autographed it for him. I said, here, you go ahead. You put this in a frame and you hang this on your wall, young fella.
Where do you think it is right now?
Oh, it's in the trash somewhere for sure. 100%.
Just curious.
Now for Cooper Kupp yesterday,
this guy has the bandwidth to go to a store and print photos.
Oh, no. I didn't go print anything. Of course not. You think I got the bandwidth for that? No, when it comes to ESPN, I got people there that help me. When it comes to this, I'm a one-man band. You know, the three of us, that's all we got. But I did ask the guys from ESPN yesterday, I'm like, can you guys print an 8x10 glossy for Cooper Kupp? Because Cooper Kupp looked at my outfit last year. Remember when I was trying to be an NBA player and I wore that flowery suit with no shirt, with the gold
chest
chain,
hair,
with the glasses and the hair? Yeah.
Can't forget it.
You're right. And Cooper Kupp looked at that last year and he goes, I would never wear that ever. But I do appreciate the confidence of whoever this guy is. That was me. And so I took the picture. And Alex, I think there's some video of it. I took the picture. Here's a picture right there. There it is. Now, I thought maybe you might like an autograph, young fella. Oh, yeah. Would you like that? I would. Okay. Last year, Aaron Donald got an autograph from me. And this year, I'm going to write an autograph to you. Anything special you need me to say or anything like that?
Hurry up.
You know? From your favorite radio host
and inspiration.
Radio host and inspiration. There you go. Host and inspiration. Okay, there you go.
So those glasses?
Yeah, I got them. You want to borrow?
There might be a situation where I might need.
Here you go. This is for you. I want you to take this right here.
I can't wait to put this on my wall.
Thank you. Aaron Donald's got one on his wall from last year too. Cooper Kupp.
I heard him say, "I can't wait to put that on my wall."
See? See?
Which sunglasses were you wearing?
I was wearing these like Amazon sunglasses that were like $5 that I'd bought. You know.
Well, I got somebody in the background goes, he's always got to hook up on sunglasses.
Right. And did you hear DeMarco Fargo? Hurry up.
Hurry up.
Yeah.
This bit's already old.
Right. It was a great day. It was a great day yesterday, though, at Rams training camp. Hey, by the way, I saw our boy Eric Williams, who said, hey, I'll be on with you guys next week. Our man Kirk Morrison, the former San Diego State great linebacker. There's the three of us. There's the Coach Primes right there, Brown. Look at them,
What's
Coach
with that
Franz.
hat, Mickey?
Yeah, well, I was representing a little Disney yesterday, representing the employer. Coming up, Don McGuire is the Chief Marketing Officer of Qualcomm.
Are there any grave issues that would keep Team USA from winning a gold medal?
Should they be minus 430 against the field or whatever the price is right now? Maybe. But am I looking at, hey, Europe as a continent to win the Olympics at plus 500 as an interesting bet? Yeah, because one, they have 5 teams in the Olympics out of the 12.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
The Yankees are desperate. I mean, they can fire hitting coaches and everything else, but it's not working. So I don't know if Cashman really would do that. They seem to be so, tight-knit, but something's got to happen.
A big award or a big prize in the trade deadline sweepstakes would be Vladimir Guerrero Jr., right? Vladdy, put him in the middle of a lineup.
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
The Pirates also are another team, Matt, that they're not going to sit back at the deadline. But there's only 3 spots for those 6 teams, and we didn't even do the Cubs or the Reds. And I think those teams right now kind of feel like they're hanging around too.
I think you mentioned the Padres. They're a team that I would think can get it together and do enough to get in. But, there's no way of knowing those final 2 spots. It's going to just be kind of a mad rush down the stretch.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
If this wind like we have out of the Northwest was here all week, it would be insane watching these guys play in it. But it's going to be a southwest wind, which makes it a little easier as far as the direction of the wind. The guys will have it a little bit of a break on the back 9. But it is such a fun golf course, one that I really do think tests every single aspect of your game.
Only on SportsGrid.
All right, great friends. Hey, it's Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man. It's Friday, and we are live right now on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Kaplan and Crew. That's where our live chat is taking place. Shout out to all of our great friends, Coach Steve and Graham Smith. Here's Juliana jumping in, and to all Darth Navarro, all the great friends that are out there listening live on Sirius Channel 159, watching live on SportsGrid TV. This segment of the show is being brought to us by our friends at Life Brew, L-Y-F-E, lifebrew.com. This is mushroom coffee. It's become a big national craze. You have all these natural mushrooms like lion's mane that supports memory and focus, shiitake, which is a great source of vitamin B, turkey tail supports gut health. All of these health benefits inside Life Brew coffee, L-Y-F-E, lifebrew.com, right here from San Diego, and you get 30% off when you use the code GREATFRIENDS. All right, guys, Don McGuire is returning to the show. He is the Chief Marketing Officer at Qualcomm. This Wednesday, Manchester United will play in Snapdragon Stadium. Snapdragon is a product of Qualcomm. Apparently, Alex, you were telling us that Manchester United is playing tomorrow at SoFi.
Correct, against Arsenal at 5 o'clock.
Okay, and so not only is Snapdragon the brand and Qualcomm the parent company, they're involved in F1, they're involved in International Soccer Premier League. Don McGuire returns to Kaplan and Crew. Don, hello. We are live on national TV and national radio, so I'm glad you're here. How's it going, man?
Hey, it's going great. How are you guys doing?
We're doing awesome. By the way, you are looking fire.
Sharp.
In
That's
all
pretty
of,
nice.
Oh,
Super
my
fresh,
goodness,
ain't gonna lie.
bro. Wow.
Check out the new kits. They're amazing. And the away kit launched yesterday. I just received word it's the fastest selling away kit in history.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
So-
Are you headed up to SoFi for the game match tomorrow?
I am actually. I'm heading up actually this afternoon to LA. I'll be with the team tomorrow and looking forward to the match against Arsenal at SoFi, and then heading back down to San Diego for the Snapdragon Cup next week.
All right. Take a look at this. So the red jersey is the one that you're rocking, and
Yep.
the blue one is the one you say was launched yesterday?
It was launched yesterday, yeah.
Wow,
The
man.
new away kit.
Wow, super cool, dude. I'm so excited for Wednesday night. I've never been to an international type game. I mean, last week I was at an LAFC game, so that was really, really awesome. But to see Manchester United come to San Diego and really come to Southern California, where Qualcomm is headquartered, and see you guys get this opportunity to kind of show this relationship off locally, this is going to be awesome. Could you, for everybody that's listening around the country that doesn't know the history, could you explain why Qualcomm has gone into biz with sports?
Sure. I mean, look, we've got, and I've got a big goal here to build Snapdragon into a global consumer brand. So, and people and generating this understanding of people knowing what Snapdragon is, and not necessarily that it comes from Qualcomm, but that it's this amazing chip that powers all these amazing, passionate experiences that people experience with many of the devices in their lives. And it's really what's making it all work. Right. You mean, you've got the display, right? You've got this plastics or the metals or whatever on the outside of, whether it's your phone, your computer, your earbuds, your glasses, your car. But it's really our little chip that's making all the magic happen. And it's making your music sound amazing. It's making your gaming experience fantastic. It's making, your pictures and your videos look kick-ass. It's really Snapdragon that's making all this happen. And so building affinity, building awareness first, and then affinity for that is one of my big goals. And so how do I do that? Both at scale as well as effectively and efficiently from a marketing perspective. So those are the types of challenges that my team and I have been grappling with this goal of building Snapdragon to a global consumer, sort of culture and iconic brand. And it's hard, doubly hard for me as a marketer, because you can't go into a store and buy a Snapdragon, right? It's not something that you can physically buy. Although you hold it in the palm of your hand or it's inside of all these devices, you can't actually buy one. So the challenge is, how do I do this? So when looking at the marketing mix and looking at the types of things I need to engage with to do that, beyond just normal advertising or PR or events or things like that, where can I attach myself as a brand that will help me get that scale, that will help me reach that pinnacle of brand goodness. And in one of those areas is you attach yourself to areas that people feel passionate about, right? And sports obviously is one of those areas, and everybody's got a team, everyone's got a league, everyone's got a sport, everyone's got a player, right, that they're really, really in love with, that they're passionate about. And so sport is a great place for us, right, to lean in and to associate with. And then within sport, global football is the biggest sport in the world. So from a scale perspective, right, not being associated with global football is sort of a miss, I think, for any brand. And then within global football, we have to align from a brand values perspective with premiumness, right, with success, with competition. And the EPL is the pinnacle of global football. There's just no denying it. And then within EPL, Manchester United, obviously, over the history of this storied football club, is the most winningest, and from an integrity and a football law perspective, the brand values of Manchester United as a club are undeniable, and they fit really, really, really well and align with the brand values of Snapdragon. So Manchester United, I couldn't think of a better partner, right, to align myself with, and that's what led us to this amazing front of shirt launch and this partnership that we're embarking upon for the next 5 years.
Amazing.
So as a marketer, Don, you can control a lot of things: campaigns, social media, events, branding, who you choose to associate yourself with. What you can't control is the sport.
Right.
So how much do you find yourself as a marketer and in your position rooting for the teams that you're like? How important is the success
really
of the team?
Well, look, we like to be with winners. And winning comes in various forms, right? Success is defined at various levels with various factors, but we do like to be with winners. And going into all of our partnerships, whether it was Formula One with Mercedes, Petronas AMG, or whether it's global football with Manchester United, or building our own franchise around esports, which we've done with Snapdragon Pro Series, we want to be associated with winning. And so we are super happy about the direction that the club is taking around rebuilding the winning ways of MUFC. And I can see and I can feel this turn, especially with the fans around the world, with what's going on at the club right now, the player signings that have happened recently over the last couple of weeks, right? And all of that in combination with the new front, the new kit launches, which I think Adidas did an amazing job with the new front of shirt partner, the Eric Cantona launch video that we did, and pulling in and leveraging the King, and someone who's got so much affinity with the club and so much fan support and love. It all just has come together in this amazing time. We did a sentiment analysis a week and a half ago across social around the world on how are people feeling, how are Manchester United fans feeling all of this around our shirt launch. And the number one sentiment that was a kind of across the bar chart was joy.
Wow. Wow.
And so how do you get better than that? Like, everybody's just feeling joy.
I'm happy.
Yeah,
I'm
hey,
happy. I'm joyful.
Don McGuire is here. Don is the Chief Marketing Officer of Qualcomm. And what we're talking about today is the fact that Qualcomm, the parent company, but Snapdragon, the brand, okay, and Snapdragon, the chip, is now on the front of the kit for Manchester United. They're going to play a game at SoFi Stadium, which is going to happen tomorrow. And then they're going to play another game, which is going to happen down here in San Diego at Snapdragon Stadium on Wednesday of this upcoming week. Don, do you have a little bit more time for us, or do you have to hustle out?
I'm good.
Okay, great. Because we're going to hit this break, and then we're going to come back, because I know Browner wants to get in on this. And also, beyond just Premier League soccer, we want to hear about what you guys have done with F1. So we want to hear all about that. And oh, by the way, while we are live at this moment, the opening ceremonies for the Olympics are happening. And I just saw, I mean, this is incredible what they're doing right in Paris, right down the river in Paris with the smoke and the red, white, and blue, and the teams that are on these boats. I mean, this is really, really cool looking. So more with Don McGuire. He is the Chief Marketing Officer.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start, so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're gonna go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's gonna help me get the job done. There is not gonna be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Media have already said that they are going to be horrible. The books have them, as we'll see in a moment, at a win total of 5.5. Sean Payton, though, Scotty, he does not listen to preseason prognosticators.
That's your future, and it's on you. Like, they selected him. They wanted him. That's what they got. And now he has to build that from scratch.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
They scored well. They defended like crap. Last game, they struggled to score. They defended great. We still have not seen the best out of USA basketball. So they showed they've won different ways. They still should win absolutely the gold medal, but they're playing with fire a little bit with their play, especially when you get to the medal round and it only takes is one game to lose.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
All right, Don, we got about another 8 minutes here, and thank you very much for staying with us here through the short break. Don McGuire is the Chief Marketing Officer of Qualcomm. You got Grande, got the Brown Man, it's Kaplan and Crew, and we come to you from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. Brown, you want to pick it up? Because I know Don and I like to talk, man. If you put Don and I together, honestly, you will not be able to stop us unless there is a commercial break. That I know.
So the question that I have, I think more interesting that I'm interested in is when you are doing outreach now with these partners, because obviously the more people you partner with, the more people you can then begin to do outreach to not only advance what people know about Snapdragon and Qualcomm, but also the brand that you're partnering with. How can we, as a Black young man, help bring Manchester United into places like Southeast San Diego, into places like Compton, into places like South Side of Chicago, under the umbrella of Snapdragon and Manchester United, to get Black kids in the inner city playing a game of football or soccer, as we like to call it? Or they'll know it as soccer. Trust me. They'll go ahead and tell them no football. They're going to have
Brownie, I've had to be retrained. I mean, I grew up calling it soccer my entire life. So,
right.
but the Brits and the Manchester United folks have retrained me. Just like I used to pronounce it Adidas, and now I have to pronounce it Adidas. Apparently,
oh, yeah.
I was retrained on that too, man. So I'm getting retrained all over the place. It's a great question. Let me talk to you a little bit about a thing that's going on right now, actually today, with Manchester United and the Compton Cowboys. So Manchester United, the club, is in Compton this morning with the Compton Cowboys, right? Bringing that global football message, bringing that sport message, and then leveraging and bringing the Compton Cowboys more exposure, right? And bringing their story of what they do every day.
What are they? What are the Compton Cowboys? I don't know what they are.
Compton Cowboys are, a bunch of folks from Compton that ride horses and help keep kids off the street and out of gangs and into constructive, life choices. And they're sort of kind of blown up right now as far as recognition and awareness goes. And they actually do ride horses through the streets of Compton, apparently.
Whoa.
So it's like partnering with those organizations that then and attaching themselves and then bringing that scale to help amplify those organizations who are doing so much good already in these underserved communities. So that's one example happening today in LA. And when Manchester United shows up in a place, not only are they there to play a soccer match against another opponent, but they're looking for ways to integrate into the community. They're doing the same here in San Diego. They've, in the form of giving away, I think a couple thousand or more free tickets to a bunch of underserved community. They've aligned with the Qualcomm Foundation in Southeast San Diego across all of our STEM initiatives to bring tickets and bring kids to clinics and training into their training facilities and things like that. And then beyond Manchester United, some of the things that we're doing, like in F1, is we're aligning ourselves with Lewis Hamilton and all of his initiatives around Mission 44. And if you know Lewis and you know his feelings and his emotional attachment to bringing his message and his background and putting that forward to better the world and underserved communities around the world, and the mission of Mission 44, those are the types of things we love getting involved with. So bringing that power of Snapdragon, bringing the power of Mercedes F1 or Manchester United or Arsenal or Lewis, because Lewis's brand is even bigger than F1, into these communities and helping to move those communities forward, whether it's through STEM or other initiatives or through sport. Those are the things we like to attach ourselves to, and things that we'd like to bring ourselves obviously forward with. We're doing the same thing with Manchester United in a partnership with another big charitable organization that's bringing healthcare initiatives to Africa, both through digital health and through vaccination and other things. We'll be announcing that later this or beginning of next year in Davos. So we look to attach ourselves to goodness beyond just the sport and the feeling of fans and fandom, but having that soul and that heart piece of the overall picture is super important to us.
Don, first of all, congratulations, man. I mean, seriously, I know we got to hustle up here, but to have a company like Qualcomm who has a product like the Snapdragon chip, and then to take it and plaster it on a college football stadium in your hometown, that's one thing. But to put it on the front of the kit for the most famous soccer club on the planet is incredible. To be aligned with Lewis Hamilton and be in the sport of F1, it is so brilliant for you and for what you're doing. I mean, it's one thing if you could be on the Laker jersey or if you could be on the Yankees jersey, but to be on F1 and Premier League soccer and the biggest names and the biggest brands, it is so spectacular, So congratulations to you, man. And I cannot wait to see you on Wednesday night for this match down at Snapdragon Stadium. We really appreciate the time. And again, congrats, man.
Hey, thank you so much for having me again. And there'll be jerseys for all three of you.
Yeah.
On Wednesday.
I don't know if Don can see your T-shirt, man.
Oh, dude, I'm the biggest Man U fan.
I know you are. I know you are, Alex. So we have arranged for jerseys for y'all. So we're happy to do that. The home kit is fire. I think the away kit is fire as well. So you guys can choose.
Is there a third kit, Don?
Yeah, there's a third kit. Launches August 19th. Ooh. I love it. I think it's my favorite. Obviously, the team doesn't play in it. It's more for the fans.
Right.
But it is fire exponentially.
If the leak I saw is real, it is amazing.
All right, man. Hey, Don, we'll see you Wednesday night down at Snapdragon Stadium. Can't wait.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate the time.
All right.
Thanks,
Don
Don.
McGuire, Chief Marketing Officer of Qualcomm. That's cool, man. That is cool. It really is. And I hope everybody, listen, we like to talk about stuff outside of just, football, baseball, basketball. Sometimes we like to talk sports business, and that is really cool.
Sounds like I'm going to a soccer game, boys.
Well, it also sounds like you're going to have yourself a soccer jersey. Boy.
Well, listen, you put a jersey on me, I root for you. I'm like Paul George. You give me a free jersey, I'm a fan.
I grew up a Man U fan my whole life.
Yeah. They won, man. They won, bro. I came out the womb. Man, you feel me?
Sound like what? Are we hanging out with Don on Wednesday? Am I ditching my group?
Feels like it.
Because I'm down.
No, I don't think we're going to ditch anybody. I think what we need to do on Wednesday. What time? Do you know what time this match kicks off?
I think it's at 7:30.
Okay, we need to be down at the stadium by like 5, 6 o'clock. Like we need to be prepared, like as if we're going tailgating. And then what I'll do is
I will be tailgating.
All right. Well, I'll hook up with Don and find out. Yeah, we got to find out what how we can get involved with like some corporate hospitality and all the stuff. Yeah. Hey, I want to talk about the opening ceremonies at the Olympics, which I'm watching as we're broadcasting
Spoiler
right
alert. now. You mean to tell me Kevin Durant could just get a free trip and Jaylen Brown telling y'all I can play? Y'all won't put what they got to get. They will not put Jaylen Brown on the team. They'll give them who get hurt.
He's an NBA professional, billionaire, superstar player. I feel like this is just an opinion. The Olympics should be about Olympians, not about pros that come to represent as Olympians.
Only on SportsGrid.
If this wind like we have out of the Northwest was here all week, it would be insane watching these guys play in it. But it's going to be a southwest wind, which makes it a little easier as far as the direction of the wind. And the guys will have it a little bit of a break on the back nine. But it is such a fun golf course, one that I really do think tests every single aspect of your game.
Only on SportsGrid.
Are there any grave issues that would keep Team USA from winning a gold medal?
Should they be minus 430 against the field or whatever the price is right now? Maybe. But am I looking at, hey, Europe as a continent to win the Olympics at plus 500 as an interesting bet? Yeah, because one, they have 5 teams in the Olympics out of the 12.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, time to give some shout outs to great friends that are watching and listening. I'll just say this. If you are on Sirius and you are on channel 159, I don't want to take you away from Sirius. Of course not. I mean, you're driving around wherever you are in the country. Awesome. If you are watching on SportsGrid TV, you're on Roku, you're on Amazon Prime, you're on a Samsung TV. Great. I don't want to take you away from that either. But I want to remind you that if you go to YouTube, youtube.com/Kaplan and Crew, that's where the live chat is taking place. And that's how we know who's out there. And by the way, we love to know where you are. where are you listening, where are you watching, and then we throw you up on the screen. And I saw a couple of people that don't have their pictures on their avatar on YouTube asking for help. Like, how do I get my picture up here? My answer, don't know. Don't know. Because
Google it.
Me and technology, we got, some issues. So
just got the email from Qualcomm asking for sizes.
Okay. I don't know what size I am.
Jersey size go up.
They go
Jersey size go up because if they send us authentics, which they probably will, we do not have soccer bodies. So maybe Browner does, but Browner does. I don't.
Yeah.
I might have to ask for like a 4X if it's authentic.
No way.
I would say give me an extra large tall.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they have. Well, listen, I don't know.
I don't know if they do.
I don't know. I'll do an extra
They don't
large.
have tall
also.
players in soccer? What about them goalies?
I don't know, man.
I mean, listen, I've been rooting for Man U forever.
There's the goalie kit. I might buy a goalie kit this year. It's so sick.
Gloves and everything?
No, I don't know about gloves, but the kit is sick. It's all black, little white stripe. Oh, it's sick.
That's
I'm going to tell you guys right now. I don't know if they're going to replay it tonight or what the deal is, but I'm watching the Olympic opening ceremonies live while we're on the air right now. I don't know if you guys have it on also. And again, I'm sort of multitasking. I'm watching the live YouTube chat. I'm watching the Olympic opening ceremony. I'm kind of, and we're broadcasting.
Yeah. Well, me and my wife are going to the movies tonight, and then we made a commitment to come home and replay the opening ceremony.
Right. I'm not listening.
See what I think you're gonna see?
Oh, you know it.
What do you
I saw it.
I'm going to the lot. I'm in like row 4, right in the middle. Oh yeah, I'm ready.
What are you seeing?
Deadpool.
Wolverine. Deadpool. Listen,
oh, really?
I saw it last night. Let me tell you something. No spoilers.
Oh,
no spoilers, so no need to alert.
Okay.
Buckle up.
Yeah.
Buckle up.
My sister texted me last night, and she's not a comic book movie person at all. She's like, I haven't seen any of the Deadpools. Went with my husband. Loved it.
Really?
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Great movie. 10 out of 10. 5 stars out of however your rating system.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. For a Deadpool movie, perfect.
Okay, I've never seen one of them, so I don't know anything about it. But
I don't think
I'll be there tonight.
From Botswana, by the way.
You don't think that white lady's
Dude,
from Botswana?
How cool. Okay, like I'm kind of watching too, but how cool is this?
It's super cool. I got to tell you guys.
So cool.
Like I can't hear it because we're on the air, but I'm telling you, watching the teams go down this river. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Is it the Siens?
I don't know what it is, but to see the fans on the side of the river and the teams cruising, and like here's Brazil, and there's like the boats packed, and then they got little boats with like small countries with like 10 people on it. It's freaking packed.
Seine River.
It looks so cool. I'm already I'm getting really excited about the Olympics because the opening ceremonies are awesome. Like they had this, I wouldn't call it a fireworks thing, but there was this bridge. And there was these like red, white, and blue, not fireworks, but like this explosion of smoke.
Is that Assassin's Creed on TV right now?
What's that mean?
What is that guy?
I don't know what that
guy
looks
like. He's parkouring.
He's got the torch.
He got the torch, man. Yeah, he got the torch. He's running with the torch, this guy. All right, Alex.
Whoa.
Let me give a shout out first before we go to some shout outs. First, I want to shout out my guy, Gary Cooper, 858-376-1299. 858-376-1299. If you are in Southern California and you want to buy or sell a house, Gary can help. If you are looking to get a home equity line of credit right now, you've run a bunch of credit cards, you got a lot of equity in your house, you need to get a home equity line of credit, Gary can help there too. If you're listening from around the country and you're contemplating moving in to San Diego County, Orange County, Riverside County, LA County, Gary can help you too. So 858-376-1299 or mountaintrustrealty.com. All right, Alex, shout some folks out. What do you say?
Yeah, well, shout out Mike McCann, shout out Snapdragon,
shout out,
Anthony Avila, first one in the chat as always. Shout out to you, Joe Rigby,
shout out.
Joe Barbit, Graham Smith saying Cease is him.
He is him.
It's Molly. Shout out to you, Scott.
Wait.
Are we going there today?
Yeah. Okay, Miss Molly, timeout.
Are we going there?
So this has been an ongoing theme all week. I'm new to Cameo, and I've been hired to do 2 cameos. I have $35 in my Cameo account right now, okay?
Oh,
Miss Molly hired me to do a cameo to break up with a boyfriend. I'm now officially the breakup guy on Cameo. I could also be the ask out on a date guy on Cameo. I could be the fire your employee on Cameo. I could be the hire your employee on Cameo. I'm open. Okay. New to Cameo.